Hi, I'm Rich Tejada from Keys to Fitness here in sunny Mexico. I'm with my very good friend Kathy Carver, visiting from Florida. She was one of my first clients in a gym that I opened up in Cedar Key, where she was living at the time. And we became good friends, and she's come down to visit, and actually we're trying to find out if we can discover what's wrong with her shoulder. We've had an MRI done at one of the hospitals, and we're going to see an orthopedic surgeon this afternoon. So we want to discuss a little bit about what happened and some of the ways that I work around people's injuries. I'm not doing too much with Kathy right now because we just don't want to make sure we're not going to be injuring her more. But basically this morning I was watching a video, and I had her watch it, from Jeff Cavalier, who is a fabulous personal trainer. And he had hurt himself really badly catching his kid on the ice, and really re-injured his shoulder, which he's had problems with before. And he discussed how he dealt with his exercising. He continued to exercise, and very carefully on that side, the right side. He's a physiotherapist, so he knows what to do. But I don't think he got surgery, and he had a very, very large tear. I do kind of the same thing that he does. I have a tear in my right shoulder, and I never got the surgery, and I just worked around it. It took me 6 months to start sleeping again properly, but I started working out, and I just did what didn't hurt me. And that's what I've continued to do in my career with people who have injuries on ankles, knees, shoulders, whatever. So with Kathy, we're going to go to the surgeon very shortly, about 4 hours, and we're going to discuss with him what he thinks should be done. And in the meantime, I showed Kathy some exercises that I want you to watch on this video, but maybe Kathy can explain how she hurt her shoulder.
Well, I was just running in my neighborhood like I normally do. I've been running all of my life. I don't remember ever having any type of injury before, but just to say how quickly it can happen, I just hit the toe of my shoe on some raised cement, and it propelled me forward, and I hit with all my weight on my left shoulder. I picked myself up and thought everything was okay and continued to run, and then when I got home, the pain started to increase, and the pain got worse, and I was having trouble sleeping. So I went to my doctor, and she said that she thought it was probably some kind of tear, but I would have to have an MRI to figure out exactly what it was. But that was 4 months ago, and I'm still having pain in that shoulder. So I had the MRI done, and there is a tear, but I don't know to the extent of it until I talk to the surgeon today.
Yeah, so Kathy's tear, I'm not a physiotherapist and a doctor, and I don't know every muscle in the body the way Jeff Cavalier does, but she has a tear in the supraspinatus, which is up in this area here. It goes through the bone under here, and it's up in this area. So I have a tear in that same area on my right shoulder. She has it on her left shoulder. It says it's about 4 centimeters, if I'm correct.
Yes.
And it causes her pain when she lies on her back at night. She can lie on both sides of the shoulders, it doesn't hurt. But if she lies on her back, it gets to be pretty bad.
Yes.
And when she had the MRI and she had to lay down on her back like that for quite a while, it was almost excruciating to the point where she wanted to stop the MRI. So there is something going on. It's 4 months. She didn't really do much of anything because she was moving houses from one side of the state to the other in Florida. So just didn't have time to do much of anything. Me being her friend and her personal trainer, I said, if you don't do something with that arm, and that she's left-handed, things are going to get worse in terms of muscularity. She's going to lose muscle mass, maybe bone density, especially 4 months. And she's left-handed, and she's a strong person. So what I want to do in this video, even before we go to see the surgeon, I want to show you some of the exercises that we tried out, which is what I do with a lot of my clients who have had shoulder tears and this type of thing, and what she's capable of. And I think she was a little surprised to find out that she had functionality in many of the different angles. So we're going to do some of these things right now, and hopefully it'll make some sense to you and maybe give you some ideas as to what you can do if you end up having some similar injury. Okay, let's go. So normally, when I have people working with bands and they're going to be doing a tricep push down, I have them with the same band. So where both hands are on the same band and you're pushing down. So for Kathy, and what I do with other clients, because she's injured on the left side, I took the lightest band I had and one that's a teeny bit heavier, and I have her go like that. And that doesn't seem to hurt. So we're going to try that. Kathy's going to try that. Elbows at your side, and you just push down. Any issues, Kathy? Do you feel anything on that left side?
Not feeling anything on that.
Okay. Okay, so now we're going to do a straight arm push down, which is for shoulders and your lats, okay? So let's try that. Any pain in that left shoulder?
No pain
No pain.
with this movement.
Okay. Good. Okay. Okay, so let's go over, face the camera, and you're going to go and do this one. And that's really working the deltoid muscle here, but very lightly, very lightly. Any pain?
No pain.
No pain. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, so now you're going to come over here, and this one I was worried about trying her on. So this is another exercise I do for people that don't have injuries in their shoulders. It's just another shoulder work when you're not using dumbbells, and you work in the top of your deltoid here, and if you have a strong enough band, you get a little bit in the pectoral muscle. So I'm going to have Kathy try this one to just go down to that level and see what kind of functionality she has there. Move out a little bit more. Okay. Now this is the one where you go up too high, it starts to hurt, right?
Right.
Tell me when it hurts, starts hurting.
Okay, so it's okay there, but as I raise my arm up to about this height, I can feel it, the pain starting in my shoulder.
So if she went to about here, it's doable.
Right.
Now we're going to ask the surgeon about these kind of things. Okay, so I'm not having her just go and half cocked and landing up making things worse. Okay, okay, all right. So now,
Try that.
oh yes, okay. So now Kathy's face the camera, and she's just going to go out and do, and that's for the deltoid. That's a deltoid, side deltoid raise. Any pain?
No pain. I can feel a little something, as if I did it with the other arm I wouldn't feel anything. I can feel just a little something. I wouldn't really call it a pain, but obviously there's something going on.
Okay, now try and do a front one.
Front one, I don't have any pain forward.
This is 1 pound. Okay, so we're not working with a lot of heavy weight. Okay, now we tried it with a 2.5 and it wasn't doable.
Yeah, now, see, I cannot do that. That's a lot of pain for me to do that.
And this is 4 months after her fall.
I can't do that.
Okay, what about frontward?
Frontward, kind of, yes, I can do that. Might be a little bit of something, but it's doable, but not as easy as if I were doing it with my other arm.
Okay, so that could be done with a 1 pound, or Kathy could land up. She has bands which I told her to get at home, so she could take a band, stand on it. Now that probably is too heavy. This is the lightest band. Try.
Not perfect, but not in a great deal of pain.
Okay, so we don't want pain when you're still injured, okay? So now show people your functionality, try the bicep curl with your left hand. This is 2.5 pounds.
Okay, there's no pain at all there.
That's 2.5. Okay, we tried this already, no problems.
Now, with the curl, I'm not having any kind of pain.
And there wasn't anything in the MRIs that said there was a tear in the bicep or, the insertion is incorrect or whatever. So she's okay. So there's a bunch of exercises that we discovered that Kathy could do to keep some muscularity in that arm, because she's left-handed. She wants to be able to pitch for the Dodgers again sometime, right? And throw that curveball and whatever.
Right.
So we want to get this arm strong again so that she can go and do athletic stuff, or, just the things that she wants to do around the house and picking up stuff, okay? So you can sit down again, honey. So these are the things that I teach, and when I saw Jeff Cavalier this morning, and I really urge you to, if you can find that video, it says, bad report. I think that was the name of it, or the report came in bad. And he explained all the different things that he read out his MRI, and it was pretty scary. A lot worse than what was on Kathy's MRI description. And I just looked mine over from 12 years ago, and mine is on this side, and probably not as bad as Kathy's even. So don't be afraid. If you've been injured and you stop working out, you're going to lose muscularity. You're going to have to get a doctor to tell you some things, but a lot of times a doctor is going to want to do surgery right off the bat. Well, I didn't for 12 years. Yes, I have problems if I want to do 30, 40 push-ups. Sometimes I can't sleep for 3 nights after that. So I don't do 20. I do 20, okay? Or I'll do some other kind of chest exercise like this, which doesn't hurt me. And that gets my pectoral. So I can do a lot of these, and there's a lot of tension here. I can do those on both sides, still get my pecs going. I can sleep at night. But if I do a hell of a lot of push-ups, 3 sets, or do a lot of bench press with my dumbbells, I can feel it if I do 3 sets, 4 sets. And that, unfortunately, at my age, I probably shouldn't be doing 3, 4 sets, with injuries like this. But I'm not that smart. So we're trying to teach Kathy a few things so that when she goes back to Florida next week, she has some bands. I'll give her some others, and hopefully she'll do some of these things. And if she decides to get to surgery, we'll find that out. Maybe we'll do another second video on that after we've seen the surgeon. So hope you find this helpful, and have a great day.